Welcome to the channel Dan, the Ideas Man. This week we look up in the air and take a scope on the industry that puts us there, allowing us the fortune of such a connected world today. There is a great call from outside the airline industry, as much as there is a strong desire from within to clean up the industry's emissions. However, nobody wants to be grounded and all want to continue to enjoy travelling without either the guilty conscience, the extra cost or any inconvenience. So today's video looks at a way we could make a few small changes to long haul flights that will enable us all to have our holidays in the sun while enjoying guilt-free, emission-free travel. Do you remember as a child, well, those of you that are young enough, the small little handheld toy planes we used to snap into the air with an elastic band? They had no engines and yet they flew quite easily. Don't get me wrong, I'm not suggesting we have planes in the air with no engines. That would be crazy. No. Though it does suggest a little of the forthcoming idea. Have you ever wondered how fighter jets achieve flight with such a small runway on an aircraft carrier? They use the same principles as the aforementioned toy. Yes, they use a catapult system that aids the jet to achieve enough velocity for flight. Although I can guess your counter-argument to this, aircraft carrier runways are already above sea level, so have an advantage compared to landlocked runways, and you would be right to think this. To add a little more depth to the idea, and I don't mean raised runways, though that would be helpful. Have you ever seen a one or two man glider take flight? They take off from the ground, and much like a large vessel leaving a busy port, they are tugged into the air. Not by a boat, of course. They are tugged into the air with another small plane to get them airborne, after which they fly their route and land, unassisted. Now do you see where we are heading? Yes, most flight requires a large amount of energy to take off, after which, whilst in flight, there is little energy used and most of the energy they carry after takeoff is for safety reasons. So the idea is a complete rethink about how we look at our takeoff of commercial long-haul flights to allow the industry to transition to electric more quickly, something they want very much as it means mountains of profits for them through reduced maintenance costs, reduced energy taxes and no carbon taxes at all. So you can see the need for us to do this regardless of the cost to the atmosphere, though that is an added bonus. If we apply a tug system to the airport, be it a small plane that aids the takeoff, or use a vehicle on the ground that pulls the aeroplane to speed for takeoff, or we use a pulley catapult system to enable the velocity to be achieved for flight, it all achieves the same thing. All the energy needed is kept either on the ground or close to the ground, and the energy requirements for flight are reduced enormously. This means that most of the energy infrastructure required to put a plane in the air is managed by the airport and ground support crews. There is the small detail of what happens if the aeroplane has to land outside of an airfield, and on this rare occasion, this will be covered in a later video, with some out there tech that is poised to revolutionise another industry entirely. So what do you think?
Federal studies are being conducted in your community. Would you like to know more?
Then like and subscribe on YouTube or follow me on X. See you all in the next video.